Good morning. Happy Monday. I am excited to be here. We are going to talk about a few different things. We always just jump on and get to work, and today is no different. Mid-month. So what's today? Oh my gosh, we are past mid-month. It is the 20th. Welcome to 2025. And did those 3 weeks just disappear? So it's okay. It's going to be okay. We are going to make things happen. So I have been chatting with my team a little bit about kind of front loading the month, front loading the year, really getting into activity. But I think we're just now, today's probably one of the first days that people are coming up for air from like post holidays, right? It kind of feels like the dust is settling. A lot of people were excited about resolutions, and now this is where most people are like, never mind. I didn't really mean what I said when I was full of all of those holiday treats. So it's kind of where the rubber meets the road. And it's been interesting because this month has been one of the craziest months ever over here. Just lots of things. Calendar is full. And I wanted to just share with you guys that even in the busyness, even in the crazy calendars of college kids moving back to college, middle school homecoming, like a gazillion things, figuring out ways to get good at the basics and to keep doing the mundane tasks that don't feel sexy or like it's going to be like, astronomical. I challenged my team that this month I wanted everybody to unlock their convention contest dashboards. Good morning, baby. Convention contest dashboards with 3 enrollments. So shout yourself out if you were 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3. I have 2 of 3 enrolled and 3 more carts out there that I will be following up with this week. Mondays are going to be, now they're always my favorite day. Awesome job, Heather. 2 of 3 so far. Yay, 1 of 3. Don't say only. 1 of 3 is great. And lots of good conversations. Delete the only. That does things to your brain. That immediately says you're not good enough and not where you're supposed to be. So yes, you've got 1 and that's exciting. And we're going to celebrate all of the things. If you are in, great job, Lori. Great job. Thank you, Kim. Awesome. See you jump on and then I'm just going to call you out because that's what we do. 4, awesome, Deborah. You are rocking and rolling. So I'm going to go scroll and look at that leaderboard. I don't know about you, and I think it might be related to, for me, being the last one to get picked in PE, like that whole school thing where you don't get picked. For some reason, the Plexus contest leaderboard, like seeing my name there just does something. Call it ego, call it pride, call it, positive reinforcement for activities that don't get noticed. Whatever gets you there, get excited and celebrate. See, there you go, Deborah. That's the perfect slate edge concept that we're going to keep talking about today. And it's that the things that you keep showing up and doing, the results are going to come. They are going to come eventually. It's just the small, simple steps repeated daily over time that eventually produces the results. So I'm going to do a quick little recap, and then I want to give you kind of a directive. Let's do the directive first. Okay. So Monday is my favorite day. I love waking up, getting going, jumping on here with you guys, saying, where am I going? What am I doing? How am I going to get there? All of those things. But I want you guys to really ask yourself, why am I here? Why am I doing this thing? What is it that gives me that internal drive and motivation to wake up and choose personal growth and development, choose getting out of your comfort zone, choose sharing and inviting to events and things that we have going on? For each of us, the motivation is going to be different. And sometimes motivation is not enough. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. There are days and I'm like, let's do this, let's go. And there are other days where I'm like, Sarah, this is your job. It's not going to feel all warm and fuzzy all of the time. And you just have to get up and go do the thing, even if you don't feel like it. Even if today is a day that you're not as excited about your pink drink, which that doesn't ever happen. I'm always excited about my pink drink. But sometimes it's just straight up healthy habits, knowing that I'm doing this because X, Y, Z. Yes, exactly. So motivation is going to get you up and maybe make some things happen. But there are days where it's going to boil down to disciplined activities and tasks, and you have to have an internal driver, something that is in you that is going to say, even when it feels uncomfortable, even when nobody's asking me how I'm doing, even when my name isn't on a leaderboard, I am going to keep showing up, keep doing the things because. And I can give you a lot of stories, good, bad, and otherwise, over the last 14 years about showing up for all the things, knowing that ultimately it has to be my why that is going to wake me up and drive me to the result. Now, the great news for all of us is it's not the same for all of us. Like some of you, this is not your full-time career. Plexus can be as much or as little as you want it to be. And that's the beauty of what we do. Because I won't ever say you have to work this thing 6 hours a day and, feel so overwhelmed and burdened that you're like, what's going on. It can fit wherever you want it to. But if you have big goals and big dreams for all of the things, if you really are like, I need to be diamond, I want to be diamond, I need that income, whatever the case might be, there's going to have to be discipline in tasks and things that you do even when you don't feel like it. So recapping, getting really good at mastering the mundane, which is what we've been talking about the last few weeks. In the Slight Edge, I'm just going to keep going with this kind of book study. Only 5%, 1 in 20, achieve the level of success and fulfillment that they hope for. The other 95% either fail or fall short. The only difference is the Slight Edge. The secret to the 5% success is always in the mundane things that are easy, so easy that anyone could do them. But people don't consistently do those simple things for 3 reasons. 1, well, they're easy to do, they're also easy not to do. Number 2, you don't see any results at first, right? How many of us are like, oh my gosh, I've been eating healthy for 5 days and I haven't lost 27 pounds, it must not work. So sometimes it truly is having to do that thing over and over and over again. And number 3, they seem insignificant, like they don't matter. Like our brains tell us, you're fine, you don't have to do that today. But when in reality, they do matter. Okay, so we talked about last week, what if we all just had one really good conversation every week? One really good invite to the Monday night calls where we know that we have one person who is going to get on that call. Well, it's just as easy to invite as it is to not invite, right? Or it's just as easy to show up on a call and say, well, I posted about it and I tried, but you don't actually have a guest who is on the call with you. I am going to keep talking about the new Plexus corporate systems every single week until I'm blue in the face, because we are going to master the mundane and knowing that every single Monday we are all going to be on the calls at 8 p.m. Central with Meet Plexus. And then we're all going to stay on and get a refresher on how to earn, because we want to be able to talk about the comp plan in 30 seconds, summarize it. And the more we hear it over and over and over again, the better we are going to get at being able to share it. And then we are all going to be on those Thursday calls where we get to meet the products and we get to hear 1 or 2 new testimonies and get really confident about gut health and why the triplex is foundational for everything that we need. Here are a few one-offs about what ease does for somebody, why active is your favorite product. These calls are foundational, and these calls will change your business if you use the system that Plexus has spent so much time and effort partnering with the field on what we need. Now, here's the slight edge. These calls are going to happen with or without you. These calls are going to happen whether you decide to get on them with a guest or without a guest. It's all up to you with how you want the success curve or the failure curve to play out in the year 2025. And I am here to tell you, if everybody knows what boat we're getting in, and if everybody knows that we're grabbing an oar and rowing, we will all go together, and we will all go together faster, and we will create a new wave of personal team momentum, which in turn will create a massive wave of company momentum to $1 billion in sales. I guarantee you, I have no doubt that a simple, duplicatable system like this is where it's at. And all we have to do is learn how to get comfortable with it, plug in, utilize that system, rinse, and repeat. Brooke Hemingway did a video and she said it has to have the bus effect. And I'm like, what is that? It has to be so simple. It has to be so simple that if I get hit by a bus and removed from the system, everybody still knows Monday at 8, we're getting on that call, right? It just has to be a rinse and repeat. So even when you think everybody knows that we have a call Monday at 8, we are still doing personal reach outs, personally inviting people to join us as a specific guest for a reason to jump on. I love that, Heather. I am about to walk into the most successful and soul nourishing year of my life. I'm going to write that down and post it and say it over and over and over again. Absolutely. Now, here's what I want you to listen to and hear me on this. You might think I don't need to show up to a Meet Plexus call because I've been doing this thing for 9 years. It's a rinse and repeat. I know. I want you to understand that there is something that happens when you get on a call and there's 1,527 other people on that call. Your heart rate's going to go up. Your blood pressure is going to go up. You're going to get excited. And even just for a glimpse, 15 minutes on a Monday night, you are not going to feel alone. Because let's be real, there are some of us out there who sometimes you're like, well, nobody's checking in from above, nobody's checking in from below. I don't have anybody left or right, doing this with me. Like, what am I doing? If you show up on those Monday night calls and you see 1,500, 1,600, 2,000 other passionate Plexus people blowing up the chat, getting super excited about what we have and what we're sharing, it will build your belief. So if you reached out to 20 people and you get 0 people on that call, you get on that call, because Monday after Monday after Monday after Monday, you are making deposits into that trust bank in the belief bank of, I'm where I'm supposed to be, and this is what I'm passionate about and how I'm going to share. It is going to be a tool that's going to help you feel confident in knowing where you are is where you're supposed to be, and this is how we do it. Okay. I don't know. Do you guys have any, if anybody wants to unmute, do you guys have any feedback from the first week of calls? We also are going to be doing those monthly masterminds, which are going to be so exciting and encouraging. So if you guys did the Monday call or the Thursday call or the mastermind with Dr. Hartman and Emily Roberts, I would love, like, if you want to just give me 2 seconds. You loved it? You're excited? All the things?
So, go ahead, Kim.
Oh, hey, sweet Stephanie. For everybody on here, that's my sponsor. She's the one that introduced me to Plexus. I'm forever grateful to you, my dear. Um, I think just what you were talking about, Sarah, the seeing the number of people on there. I've been using the product since 2015, shared on and off the first few years, and then started sharing a lot, later on. But I was just like, whoa, there's 600 people. Whoa, there's 700 people. Whoa, there's 800 people watching this. And I thought, if that does that to me, what kind of third party validation is that for anybody that I have on that call? They think that we're the woo woo people who nobody's doing this, right? That is proof that there are hundreds, if not thousands of people doing this. And when Brooke Hemingway's call said, I'm going to say 3,000, I'm going to say 4,000, I'm going to say there are going to be 5,000 people on these calls, I was like, yes and amen.
Yep. Awesome. Love it. Absolutely love it. Go ahead, Steph.
Yeah. And I was going to say, I think one of the things that I took away the biggest was Melissa Eichenhorst has the best energy. And if we can just channel that and show our passion like she did that night, it was amazing. And that's what people need to see, is our passion. I've been doing this it's going on 11 years now myself. And I just feel like so many people see what I do. But if, like Kim just said, all the people on those calls, like, there's something about Plexus and we're not going anywhere. So when people people say to me, oh, I don't think I want to try your products right now, but thanks, I just say, it's okay, I'm not going anywhere. And then they know that when they're ready, they can chat with me. So just always showing up, always being there, and never, ever quitting. That's one of my biggest things.
Absolutely. Love it. Cassie put in the chat, I enjoy the consistency, the data and statistics with the format. I think is amazing. I love that too. Also having that corporate person, Jory, on giving that, third-party validation. Jumping back and forth keeps me interested. I think it's an important model for the VIPs. And it gives you good follow-up conversations. So if you invite a guest after the call, you can say, what did you like about it most? Did you see anything that you related to? What are you excited about? It gives you conversation pieces. So I think that truly is amazing. So thank you guys for sharing. I agree. I just think this is where it's at. So you might be thinking, well, I haven't gotten people on these calls. It's okay. We're going to keep doing it. So I'm just going to read you really quick this little excerpt, and then I'm going to give you your kind of like homework stuff that we're going to do. I will repost the stuff in the chat because I started posting before anybody got on, and I think you guys can't scroll back and see all the things that I posted. So I'm going to read this. And then, yes, Heather, social media is changing. Absolutely. And the storytelling, and the other really amazing part is if you have a call and it's only 15 minutes and it's professional and it's to the point, people feel like, one, okay, I can do this. And two, it respects their time, right? They're like, okay, I got a little taste of what this is. Maybe I have questions, maybe I don't. Maybe it's enough of a layer of validation where that was what I needed to help me, make a decision, all of that. It's so well done. Thank you, Melissa Eichenhorst, and all of the diamonds who are the brain, behind getting this launched as a system for us. So I love this. So the next chapter 5 in the slight edge, it says you have to slow down to go fast. And I'm just going to read like these 2 little paragraphs talking about what we have said over and over and over again, that sometimes you just have to keep showing up and mastering the mundane. And we have to add one thing to mastering the mundane. So you walk a little today, you get your heart rate up, you lift some weights, you eat a little bit differently, and then tomorrow morning you still wake up and look in the mirror and see the same old flubber. You'll have to be pretty well along on the path to see any significant results, but right now you're just not. These simple things are just as easy not to do, and right now not doing them is tempting. So what does it take to keep doing the simple things day after day after day? Willpower. It's like my dad and my mom and my teacher and my boss and my older brother, and everybody always told me I just need more willpower. Really? Nope, I don't think so. Willpower is vastly overrated. A friend of mine used to say that people on diets who complain that they lack willpower are usually suffering more from the lack of won't power. For most people, willpower ends up looking and feeling like some sort of grim self-tyranny propped up in an arbitrary, artificial reward and punishment system. Besides, in most of us, there's the natural tendency to resist an applied force, even when it's applied by ourselves. Willpower will only take you so far before you feel yourself rebelling. So, willpower won't do it. If you want to keep yourself on the upward path, the path of building, growing, improving, positively compounding effect of the slight edge, rather than deteriorating, disintegrating, draining, negatively compounding effect of the slight edge, there's something that you need. You need an ally. If you want to direct your life on a path of continual positive change, then you need to tap into the most powerful force for change in the universe. Fortunately for you, that force is always with you, and it's always ready to lend a hand if you ask. That force is time. The secret of time is simply this. Time is the force that magnifies the little, almost imperceptible, seemingly insignificant things that you do every day into something titanic and unstoppable. Consistently repeated daily actions plus time equals inconquerable results. Time, y'all. We just need time. So we are going to keep showing up. We are going to keep doing the things. It's not willpower, yes, or won't power. It's time, you guys. Time. Now, what does that look like? For some of us, that looks like, oh my gosh, it took me 7 months to get to silver, right? Some people do it in an hour, and it took me 7 months to figure out what I was doing, what I wanted, where I wanted to be. Some people are plugging along 10 years later and have not hit ruby or emerald. And that time, is different because guess what? What people do in the mundane every single day, sometimes we start and stop, right? Sometimes we start and we do all the things that we're supposed to do for a really long time, and we don't like the results that didn't show up quick enough. So then we quit for a while. There's a lot of variables and factors to what the time interval will look like based on a whole bunch of things. The bottom line is keep showing up. What does that look like? I'm going to post. I'm going to get in my stories. I'm going to reach out with messages. I'm going to follow up. I was doing trainings 14 years ago. saying we need to post, we need to share, we need to follow up, we need to personally invite. It hasn't changed. It's the same things. Now we can get better at the skills, right? We can get better at our people skills. We can get better at our conversations. We can get better at active listening. We can get better at offering health, hope, and happiness with all of the things. So really today, on Monday, January 20th, I want you to do the things that you have allowed your brain to say, it doesn't matter. I'm just not going to do that today. I want you to do that thing today. Because yes, it was easy to not do it yesterday or the day before. And the only reason I'm in as many conversations as I am is because I keep posting and keep sharing and keep adding testimonies that I think everybody has seen to my testimonial page. And then I get a message like, oh my gosh, where are these products? There's some people who still don't know about Restore. There's some people who still don't know that ease is one of the most amazing things, and you don't have to have XYZ diagnosis to mean that ease is going to be beneficial for you. Keep sharing, keep showing up, keep doing the things. Now, tonight is the Monday night call. You guys, the link never changes. It is always going to be that same link so that it can be a repeatable, duplicatable system. I believe you do still need to put your name and email in. You get the registration. If you register, you'll automatically get the replay, access to the replay. So we are just going to invite, and we are going to get really good at inviting, and we are going to get really good at showing up in our stories. I want to remind you that when you post a graphic that says opportunity call Monday at 8, I'm pretty sure 99 out of 100 people who look at that graphic who aren't in Plexus will not say, oh my gosh, I'm going to get on that call. That's exactly what I need in my life. They are not going to look at that call. They're not going to know it's for them. They're not going to know what an opportunity is. So that's why you need to get in your stories and say, hey guys, showing up in my pajamas again because I work from home. Have you ever wondered why I'm always here working from home? I would love to tell you why. Actually, we've got a call tonight. You don't have to hear from me. I'd love to invite you. You need to be in your story saying what the call is and why it's relevant. Then you may post the graphic, and then you may do a little. So you don't think this is for you. It may or may be for you, may or may not. But do this little slidey thing, or put your email below, or do some kind of call to action where people are watching your stories and they want that link. And then I am going to stop talking for the next 6 minutes, and I'm going to post some message ideas for how you can invite personally, as far as like follow-ups. You're in conversations that have kind of died down. You don't know where to go from here. I will give you guys some verbiage that I got from some other brilliant Plexus people. Cannot take any credit, but don't use it word for word, but maybe tweak it a little bit. And it's like, oh yes, I can do a message like that. Make it personal, change it up a little bit. So for the next 6 minutes, it is ready, set, post, stories, do an edit, go back and look how long has it been since you made a post about why Plexus has changed your life, the products, the opportunity. Do people know that you even offer health, hope, and happiness? Go back and see in your social media, and then jump on, and I'm going to give you guys some messages and stuff that you can share. I love that. And I'm hoping, so I'm saying it Cassie. It could very well be Casey, but I think it's Cassie. And Cassie? Okay, good. That's how I read it. And Casey. Casey. Okay. Um, I love what you just posted. If y'all want to look in the chat, thank you very much. I think that's super important. Okay, Casey, I'm going to remember that. I love the invite that you posted, and I'm going to read it, and I'll give you just one constructive feedback, because if I got that message, I'll tell you what my brain immediately said. So great, great message. Hey, since we will all be home tomorrow night, I thought I would send over an invite to one of our opportunity live streams. Every Monday, two ambassadors break down Plexus opportunity for 15 minutes using a testimony and data. It's totally worth your time to take a gander at the absolute real business opportunity that stands before you. Let me know if you want me to send the link over. You don't have to watch it live either. Once you've registered for the call, you can watch it when you find 15 minutes. So this is a great message, except for one thing, and I'm going to tell you. The only reason I know it's not the one little tweak that it needs is because I sent messages like this for years, and I got so frustrated that I never got a reply. And I personally felt like I was being ghosted. And I was like, what is going on? Like, why aren't they at least saying, okay, awesome, or whatever? The three words, let me know, is totally putting somebody off the hook. They may let you know or may not let you know, but more often than not, even if they decide it's a hard yes or a hard no, they are not going to come back and let you know. So the one little tweak would be a stronger call to action for. How does that sound? Can I send you the link right now? Or would you be open to this? I think you would be amazing. And then we can chat right after, giving them a specific question that they have to answer. Like they're going to feel guilty not saying either yes or no. So just that little bit of a tweak with a stronger question to invoke, yes, if I sent you the link, do you think you could get on tonight? And then they'll say, no, I actually have a conflict with my daughter's school, but yes, I would love to register and I'll watch the recording. Love that. Thank you so much, Kathy, for including that. So it gives you that opportunity for a yes or a no. The let me know leaves everybody in limbo, and immediately what's going to happen is your brain's going to kick on and start creating red light stories. And you're like, oh my gosh, why did I send that message? Oh my gosh, I bothered them. Now they think I'm the weird plexus lady. Like we start creating all of these fear stories with our insecurities. And then you'll stop messaging because you're not getting any feedback one way or the other. So creating that strong call to action, I think it's been about 4 years now, that I really just realized, okay, yeah, I must be just not asking a question, because I was not hearing back from anybody one way or the other, and it was really starting to mess with my brain. So, okay, and your last name's Thibodeau, and it says you're in Louisiana. So where in Louisiana are you from, and are your pipes wrapped, and are you ready for this crazy snowstorm that we are going to get?
So I am really far south. I'm in Homa, so
Oh,
I'm in
yeah.
Terrebonne Parish.
Okay.
So we're looking at 5 to 8 inches as of yesterday.
Yep. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For those of you Northerners, I know it's crazy. You deal with snow. You still go to work. You still come home. Vanessa's been buried in snow in Kansas City for weeks, months, years. Like it's just white always. Christina, you've got 10 inches. So down here, where we literally never, ever, ever see frozen precipitation, it will completely debilitate our entire, like you name it, Louisiana, some of Alabama and Mississippi, some of Texas, it's closed. We don't know what to do or how to react. I don't have any warm clothes. I don't have any, like it's going to be a thing. Yes, so it's a thing. It's coming tonight. Schools are closed, all the things. So yes. Anyway, okay, so you have your homework, you have your assignments, you have your call to action. What are you showing up for? Why are you here? What is going to be that internal drive that when motivation quits, you have the discipline to say, I am going to keep showing up. I am going to keep inviting, and we're plugging into the Plexus system. You don't have to be great at PowerPoint. You don't have to know how to share your screen. You don't have to know how to mute people who come on and start talking when your call is on. It is all being done for us. All you have to do is show up with people, show up with enthusiasm, do the work on the front end, do the work on the back end. It's a beautiful system that is going to work. And guess what? We're still going to be talking about it in June. We're still going to be talking about it in September. And on December 31st, 2025, we are going to say, gosh darn it, showing up for the mundane things day after day after day after day paid off. Okay. Thanks, guys, for jumping on. I appreciate you so much. Keep rocking and rolling. Go check that leaderboard. Go see if your name's on it. We're still in double credits for convention contest. Get those 3, at minimum 3, to unlock your dashboard. And we will rock and roll and keep doing the things. Keep doing things that get things done. See you guys. Talk to you later.